Joe Davis here from Southern New Hampshire University, CJ 300. Today we're going to talk about the assignment 3-1, the worksheet for the annotated bibliography. Here we are in the module 3. All right, let's come up here for today's assignment where we're looking at an annotated bibliography, and let's first look at the module 3 overview document so that we can take a look and see this is a great source document. Once again, it talks about different types of research methods. We're going to talk about two basic types, qualitative and quantitative. There's a definition of those a little later on here. But basically, qualitative, as it says, it's to generate ideas, and it explores in nature. It measures feelings and stuff like that. Is about the best way I can put it. On the other side, the quantitative research is quantifiable. We can measure things. As it says, it generates reliable, generalizable data. We can count the number of whatever it is. Okay. The primary goal, for qualitative is to provide a detailed description of research topics, and the primary goal of quantitative is to count and classify features in order to construct a statistical model. In this week's assignments, you're going to have to use both of these types of articles. So it goes ahead and talks about it. Let's get down here to where it's the research collection methods. Under the quantitative, it says researcher is the primary database gathering instrument using tools. It could be interviews, could be, as it says, focus groups, things like that, survey work. The other is much more rigid, where there are questionnaires and surveys to collect numerical data. We can count the number of people, we can count the number of failures, of successes, those kinds of things. Okay, so make sure you take a look at this and have a good, strong understanding, because this is the basis for this week's Module 3 assignments, by and large. Okay, when we come down here next, I want to talk to you about these 3 videos. They are about how to write a literature review, and that's not exactly our assignment. I understand that. But with all of that said, these 3 videos, you think mine like these are corny and amateurish. These are old, but they are excellent. If you can find 25 minutes to sit through these 3 parts, I think it will help you get a better vision of this whole research process and what scholarly research really is like, and peer-reviewed articles, those kinds of things. So there's that one. This last one down here, it talks about how can you find a peer-reviewed article. Well, I did the library tour. If you still haven't had a chance to look at it, there's one that takes you through the Shapiro Library. But if we click here, we'll see that it will also take us to the Shapiro Library, but in a slightly different place. Okay, here is the answer to our question. We're still inside Shapiro Library, but it explains how to do it. If you still need help, come see the librarian. So it's just one more resource that's available to you. Okay. When we look down here, finally, we're at 3-1, our annotated bibliography. Here's the assignment. Here's what you have to do. We're going to take a moment to actually go to this rubric. Okay, here is the CJ 300 Module 3 Worksheet Guidelines and Rubric for an Annotated Bibliography for the final project. So you need your name. The format's the same as Module 2's. So you're going to put your name in here, your course number CJ 300Q4429, then you're going to read the instructions. And it says in Module 2 you completed milestone 1 of the final project. You selected an article, issue that was approved. That overview outlined the importance of your selected issue with respect to a trend in the criminal justice profession. Bottom line is you now need to identify and summarize 5 peer-reviewed scholarly articles. Peer-reviewed scholarly articles. Okay, so please don't waste your time, and frankly don't waste mine by Googling this. You can use Google Scholar, but again, go to Shapiro Light. Learn to use the academic resources that are available to you. Okay? Now, an annotated bibliography is a list of citations of books, articles, and documents, each citation followed by a brief description, and then an evaluative paragraph, usually less than 150 words, the annotation. Okay, so your assignment is to create an annotated bibliography summarizing the 5 peer-reviewed scholarly articles which include both qualitative and quantitative research that you will use for research for your project. All right, 5 scholarly articles. You have to have both qualitative and quantitative. So that's why I say the overview for the module is so very important. All right, we come down here, save the worksheet. There's how you can go to the rubric again. Here's how you can get to the library again. Here's where, as it says, complete the worksheet for article number 1. You're going to repeat this format, let me scroll down, for 5 articles, at least 5. You're going to have your citation for that using APA format. You can find APA format by merely going to the search bar on your computer and putting in OWL, and it will give you the Purdue University Online Writing link laboratory. You can find it within the course shell for our course. All right, so you're going to list your citation. Then you're going to say, does the article use qualitative or quantitative research? And what you need to do is highlight the research type, so you don't need to do anything else. An article summary. You need to write, this research article is about, and then it's 1 to 3 sentence description of the research that's outlined in the article. This research, the research in this article is related to my selected issue because. Provide 1 to 3 sentence description of how the findings in the research are related. The research in this article relates to my other selected articles. Same thing, a 1 to 3 sentence. So you're really doing the nuts and bolts of your research here. You're going to come up with at least 5 articles. You're going to cite them. You're going to tell us whether they are quantitative or qualitative. Then you're going to summarize what the article's about in about 3 sentences. And then you're going to tell us how that relates to your issue. And then you're going to tell us how it relates to the other 4 articles. That's why I've been after you all to make your focus so narrow, because if you truly go to the library online to Shapiro and you type in that search engine, you know, domestic violence, there are 200,000 responses, and then when we start filtering it, we can get it down to a manageable number. Okay, to help you out on this, here is a sample paper, a sample worksheet. And I did it in red so that you don't miss any of it. I know red can be kind of jump out the page at you. So there we go. There's your name. Please don't forget your name. CJ 300Q4429. Then we come down here to the first article. And here is an appropriate citation for an article. Holmes, M.R. parentheses 213. The title of that article is The Sleeper Effect of Intimate Partner Violence Exposure, Long-Term Consequences on Young Children's Aggressive Behavior. It can be found in the Journal of Child Psychology and Psychiatry, 54, 986, 995. Okay. Does the article use qualitative or quantitative research? Highlighted the quantitative. When we come down here to the research in this article is about, this study tested whether maternal, mental health, and parenting at year 3 mediate the effects of domestic violence at year 1 on preschool children's internalizing or externalizing behavior problems at year 5. That's nothing more than a paraphrase of the abstract. The research in this article is related to my selected issue because my issue is the impact among children between the ages of 4 and 7 years old of witnessing domestic violence in their home. In this article, Dr. Holmes's research specifically addressed the issue. The results reported in the article provide support for the theory that young children who have witnessed intimate partner violence, IPV, indicate long-term negative behavior effect on children. The research in this article relates to my other selected articles because in Sobokova's article, she identifies similar long-term or even transgenerational findings. Her findings about the immediate effect on children are also similar. In Miller's research and others, there's multiple authors of that, examined aggression in sibling relationships. While the results of the research were similar, the variables were too great to use for comparison. All right, that's one article. You have to do it 5 times. So complete the remaining worksheet for your last 4 to 6 articles. Remember, you must include both qualitative and quantitative articles. And so there's the rest of the form. So now you see what it takes. Hopefully you also see and understand why your issue, contemporary issue, needs to be so very narrow and tight. Okay? So you have some research to do this week. I hope that helps. Let me double check my notes. Yes, I did talk about everything I wanted to. I hope that helps everybody. Keep those cards and letters coming. Let me know what I can do to help you.